There is a specific kind of silence that follows the end of something real, not the clean silence of indifference, not the quiet of someone who has moved on and found peace, a different kind, heavy, restless, the kind of silence that fills itself with memories the moment a person stops staying busy, the kind that shows up at night when there is nothing left to distract from the truth. She is in that silence right now. And the truth she is sitting with, the one she has not said, the one she may never say out loud, is that she misses you. Not casually, not in the small passing way people miss something comfortable they once had. She misses you in the way that disrupts a person, in the way that makes ordinary moments feel slightly wrong, like something important is absent from the frame. But she will not tell you. And this is the part that destroys men, because most men are waiting for words. They have been told that if a woman misses them, she will say so. She will reach out. She will be clear. And while they wait for that clarity, they interpret her silence as the answer. She hasn't said anything, so she must not feel anything. She seems fine, so she must have moved on. And slowly, painfully, they begin to let go of something that was never actually gone. This is one of the most common and most heartbreaking mistakes a man can make. Here is the psychological reality most people never talk about. A woman who genuinely misses someone does not always move toward them. Sometimes she moves in the opposite direction. She protects herself. She stays quiet. She acts unbothered because showing that she misses you means showing that she is vulnerable. And vulnerability, for a woman who has been hurt before, feels like handing someone a weapon. So she hides it. She manages it. She controls every external signal while the internal truth runs completely out of control. But here is what she cannot fully hide: the signs. Not obvious signs. Not the kind you find easily. But 3 very specific psychological signals that appear when a woman misses someone she refuses to admit she misses. These signs are rooted in deep female emotional psychology. They are involuntary. They are real. And once you know them, you will be able to read what she is actually feeling beneath everything she is pretending to feel. Pay close attention, because the difference between understanding these signs and missing them is the difference between saving something real and losing it forever. Sign 1. She stays connected to your world without connecting to you directly. This is the first and most telling sign. And it is the one men almost never notice. When a woman misses you but refuses to admit it, she will not come to you directly. That would require too much courage, too much risk, too much exposure. Instead, she finds ways to stay near the edges of your life without stepping fully back into it. She watches your stories without responding to them. She likes a photo quietly, a small tap that says "I was here, I noticed," but asks for nothing back. She keeps mutual friends close and listens carefully when your name comes up in conversation. She might ask about you indirectly, framed casually, almost like she is just making conversation. How is he doing? Is he still working on that project? Did he ever take that trip he mentioned? These are not random questions. They are the questions of a woman whose mind still travels to you regularly. She wants information about your life, because your life still matters to her. But she wants it without the risk of you knowing that it matters. Psychologically, this behavior is called proximity maintenance. It is what people do when they are attached to someone, but afraid of what that attachment means. They stay close enough to feel connected, but far enough to feel safe. If she is hovering at the edges of your world, circling without landing, she is not indifferent. She is fighting herself. And the thing she is fighting is how much she misses you. Sign 2. She reaches out with reasons that aren't really reasons. Watch for this carefully, because it is subtle and it is powerful. A woman who misses you but will not admit it needs a reason to contact you that doesn't reveal the real reason, so she creates one. She sends you something she found online that reminded her of a conversation you once had. She asks a question she could easily have found the answer to elsewhere. She comments on something old, something from weeks or months ago, as if she has been scrolling back through your history. None of these are accidents. Every single one of them is a door she is cracking open just slightly, hoping you will push it wider so she doesn't have to be the one to open it fully. She is reaching out while maintaining the ability to say she wasn't really reaching out. She was just sharing something funny. She was just asking a quick question. She was just passing by. But here is what the psychology tells us. People do not reach out to those they have stopped thinking about. The human mind is efficient. It stops investing attention in things that no longer matter. If she is finding reasons, however small, to put herself in your space, it is because you have not left hers. The message underneath every message she sends with a convenient excuse is the same. I still think about you. I just cannot say that yet. Sign 3. Her emotions become visible when your name appears. This is the deepest sign. The one that lives below behavior and shows up in the body. When a woman truly misses someone, that person's name becomes a trigger, not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, physical way that she cannot fully control. If your name comes up in conversation around her, something shifts. It might be a slight pause before she responds. A change in her expression that appears for just a fraction of a second before she manages it. A stillness that wasn't there before. A tone in her voice that becomes careful, measured, slightly different from how she was speaking a moment ago. She might try to seem unaffected. She might succeed on the surface, but the body always carries what the mind is trying to deny. The slight tension in her jaw. The way she becomes just a little too casual, just a little too unbothered, in a way that feels performed rather than genuine. The moment of quiet before she says his name, like she is preparing herself for the feeling it brings. Neuroscience explains this clearly. When we miss someone, their name and image become neurologically linked to emotional activation. The brain processes that person the same way it processes something important, something unresolved, something that still holds weight. Her reaction to your name is not something she can simply turn off. It is her brain telling the truth even when her mouth is saying something different. If people around her have noticed that she reacts differently when you come up, she has not moved on. She has simply decided not to let you see how much she hasn't. Here is what these 3 signs are really saying. She is not silent because she feels nothing. She is silent because she feels too much and doesn't yet trust herself, or you, enough to say it. The silence is not emptiness. It is fullness that has nowhere to go. Most men never learn this. They take the silence at face value. They give her the distance she is performing, but not the one she actually wants. And in that space, what could have been rebuilt quietly collapses. The man who understands female psychology does not panic in the silence. He does not chase desperately or disappear completely. He stays present. He stays grounded. He gives her the quiet confidence of someone who sees through the performance to the truth beneath it. Because she is not waiting for a grand gesture. She is waiting to feel safe enough to stop pretending. And the man who creates that safety, without demanding she admit what she feels before she is ready, is the man she will eventually stop hiding from. If this spoke to something you are living right now, like this video and share it. Subscribe for more deep psychology on desire, attachment, and the emotional truths women carry in silence. Every video on this channel goes beneath the surface. See you in the next one.